finally know all the lyrics to Take It All Back.
Me too.
It only took me 4 months. Freestyling with Stevie B. Be sure to check us out on all podcast platforms. We're doing it every Friday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. Hello to the most beautiful one, Angel from the CoverGirls. How are you?
Angel.
Hey. Thank you for having me.
I can't believe it. Over 35 plus years, I've never had a chance, the honor to meet you, sweetheart. How are you?
Wow.
You know?
Well, finally we're meeting because I know who you are. You know who I am.
Yes.
So.
Yes. Now we know who we is together.
Exactly.
Forever. Tougher than leather.
So now we know who he is. Oh, okay. Right. We got it. Just come up with your own language, Felix.
Yeah. I see you all the time, on videos at concerts and all, these little clips everywhere. And I'm like, I love this girl. She's just, just like
she's the original, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like her stage presence is a present.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Put it that way.
Thank you.
Okay.
So lots to talk about here because you got quite the history, young lady.
I've been blessed.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm doing great, Felix. Yeah, my week has been going great.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, Stevie, man, what's up, brother?
Thanks for asking. Yeah, things are moving well. I mean, I'm working on.
Well, we love the ladies, bro. You know what I mean? We're always captivated by,
You're normally so cordial. Stevie, how you doing? What's going on? You start off like that.
Yeah.
Okay, right in. Jump right in there.
You know what it is, Stevie? I've been doing my homework on Angel and the CoverGirls, and Latif sent me all these, video excerpts and all these things, and it was like a novela, bro. I started watching, and I'm like, oh my god, yo, this is dope. Yeah, you know what I mean? I got captivated.
I think we lost her. Did we lose her?
Yeah, we did. By her whole story, but I'm sure she'll jump back on again. But
okay.
That's what it was.
You just jumped in. You say, "Hey, Stevie, how you doing, bro? You normally go right in there. You're so excited to use all your stuff."
So yeah. How you doing, Stevie? Man, what's up?
Hey, man, I'm glad you asked me that, Felix. And it's great to be back this week. Last week was wonderful. We got the legend. We have the legend in here today. Yeah. And her and I have been performing probably for 30-something years together.
Wow.
And we do see each other all the time.
All the time, right?
So today, ladies and gentlemen, put your legs together.
I haven't asked you, how is the single doing? I love it.
It's doing it. We did the soft release and we're doing well. And I'm going to do a release in Brazil probably this month. And we're dealing with what the radio business deals with. So it's just every day. I do music because I love it.
I'm talking about the fans. Because as far as I'm concerned, when we're good with the fans, we're good.
That's right.
How about the fans? Are the fans loving it?
Yeah, they love it. It's a great track. Felix did a great remix. Everybody that worked on it, it's a wonderful thing.
So I wanted to say that you guys had a chance to be on Wendy Williams not too long ago, right?
Yes. Oh my God, it was an incredible experience. It was so awesome. Like the whole experience was awesome. We were surprising Michelle and Leah. They didn't even know we were going to be there. And I have had a relationship with both in the past. So it was really nice seeing them again,
Well, let's take a look a little clip of that and take a look at it. Hold on.
Welcome back. We are not scrolling on the teleprompter, Perler.
What do we do?
Just read the prompter.
Well, look at you, boss man.
Yeah?
Okay. Michelle and I are huge fans of 90s freestyle music.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was in the girl, if you don't know, I was in the girl group Seduction.
No. Read the prompter. By the way, I just want to say that. Can I just say this? We do not know what's going on right now. There's nothing in this prompter.
At all.
David Perler, the EP of the show, is telling us just to read the prompter. So this has been written for you.
Okay, so I need to read it as is?
Exactly, because now you're like trying to improv.
Because I don't know where we're going.
Exactly, me neither. I'm scared.
All right, here we go. I was in the girl group Seduction, and another great girl group was obviously the CoverGirls. We love the CoverGirls.
Right.
What does that say?
So as a special surprise to us.
Where?
No, where? Oh my God, where are the CoverGirls? You got us the CoverGirls?
Are they going to sing?
No!
Yeah.
So ready for the moment.
I want to see y'all moving out there. You ready to party? Oh, come on. You say that you really love me. I'm always on your mind. And you say I should be your lover. And we should spend some time. But I'm not persuaded that quickly. My heart has been broken before you see. So if you want to be my lover, you'll have to prove your love is true to me. 'Cause it's easy to tell me you love me. Easy to say you're thinking of me. Words are so easy to say. Show me you really love me. Actions speak louder than words. Let me hear it, ladies. Come on. Show me you really need me. 'Cause all those lies I've already heard. Come on, Leah. Show me you really love me. Make me believe that it's true. One more time, ladies. Come on, together. Show me you really need me. And I'll get together with you. Sing it with us. Come on.
Yeah. All right. If I had $1 for every time I played Show Me, I'd be a rich man.
Hey, let me tell you.
That was
Congratulations.
incredible right there, boy.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Time for the flowers. Time for them flowers. Angel,
Thank you so much.
this is the day Stevie B, Felix, Freestyling with Stevie B is going to give you your flowers. You are truly a legend. We thank you for all that you do, all that you did, and all that you're going to do. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Angel.
Yes.
Well, you know, Stevie, back in the day, we were all so used to doing these TV shows over and over. And it's like they just stopped calling us. Am I right?
Yeah, well, we know what that's all about. You know,
We're top 40 anymore. You know?
transition is hard.
Well, you know what? It was such a great feeling going back and being able
Yes.
to share our music
Yes.
with all of those Wendy Williams fans.
Yes.
Those are millions of people that saw Freestyle after all these years. And I got so many messages from fans. I got calls from people, messages. Wow, I can't believe I'm seeing Freestyle again on TV. You know, it was amazing. It was incredible. So it wasn't only for us. It was for all the Freestyle artists.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
Who feel
That's
like
right.
they're not getting their flowers at this point, you know?
That's right.
Yeah.
Thank you, and thank you to the girls. And you guys did a wonderful job. And you know, we're still out on tour. A lot of people, you know, don't realize that we still work a lot. And
Exactly.
as much as the industry likes to kind of kick us to the curb a little bit, let me tell you, freestyle fans are freestyle fans forever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I love our fans and I love our careers because they're long-standing careers. There are people that have those careers for five years. They have an incredible career for 5 years and it's over. That's it.
It's over. That's right.
Yeah.
That's
We're
right.
able to keep doing what we love.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And on a pretty big scale.
Very big scale.
Because, yeah,
Very
we're
big
doing
scale.
arenas. You know? We're doing some big places. Listen, I'm working every weekend, Stevie. I'm out here
That's
every
beautiful.
weekend.
That's beautiful. Beautiful. And a lot of people don't realize. And you know, we have this talk and this little fight we have to deal with the industry sort of respecting us. And you know, we don't worry about the industry. Those days are over where we need to get accolades. Hey, it would be nice to get accolades from other artists and some of the other award shows and that type of thing.
Exactly.
But our reward is we get to perform every weekend in front of our fans.
I see these Latin awards, and I'm like, why aren't we getting anything? We were these Latin artists that brought the music. We were on top 40 Billboard. You know, I don't get it. I don't get it.
These things, it wasn't available even when we were hot. We got a lot of resistance because we were up against whatever the traditional music was at the time, which was kind of like the rock and roll and the super big pop artists.
Yeah, there were no Latino categories the way they are now.
Yeah. Go ahead, Felix. I know you got some questions out there.
Yeah, but no,
I know you've been studying.
No, but seriously though, you bring up a really good point. You know, both of you bring up a really good point, and truth be told, that a lot of things that exist now are because of what you guys paved the way for.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
yes.
I'm grateful. I'm grateful for what I have. I'm grateful for me and you. I mean, we're actually blessed, Steve, because we're able to work all the time. But there's a lot of freestyle artists that are not working right now.
What I think kind of helped us a little bit too, we weren't oversaturated. There was always enough to keep people hungry, as opposed to the way they do it now, where you get played so much and you're everywhere, and then all of a sudden, after one year or a year and a half, a lot of those artists you don't even hear from them anymore. But because our doses were given in smaller doses, we weren't oversaturated. Our music was already in the hearts of the people. They ain't going nowhere, and I think we keep that enough.
But I would say freestyle fans are the most loyal fans.
Absolutely loyal fans. Totally loyal fans. So, I got calls coming in here too. I got to call you back, okay?
Yeah. How loyal are they, Angel? Have you ever had one fan that was like a little too loyal where you were like, yo, buddy, like you're going to have to relax with that?
You know what's so crazy? Oh my God, I had a stalker. Well, I've had stalkers, but my last stalker was when I first got with Latif.
Uh-huh.
And I saw how he handled it like a gentleman with the guy. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't go at him and scream and this and that. He handled it like a gentleman. I was like, wow, this guy's a keeper. You know?
He didn't make a big hoopla about it. Yeah.
But he didn't do that. He spoke to him. He explained to him what the situation was. You know, you can't do that to a woman. You know, you can make a woman very nervous, scared, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, you got a very sensible husband. You know, unlike maybe us will be a little bit more off the handle, and handle
I might have been a little bit more aggressive.
You know what I'm saying? A little differently, you know what I mean? We might pull some things out, you know what I mean? We handle things a little unorthodoxly.
Don't get it twisted. We had a home invasion and they woke us up in our bed. And it was two big guys over 6 feet. And let me tell you something. He beat them all the way out the door.
Wow.
Both.
Yeah. Hey, you got to protect home base. Yeah.
Mr. Lot don't play, bro. Mr. Lot ain't playing no games.
Yeah.
They don't understand. They don't understand.
Trying to wreck shop like that.
Not a fighter.
Angel, you go ahead, Felix. I know you did your homework, so I'm gonna let you.
I was just curious about something because it's always been a curiosity of mine. It is like when you look at the cusp of freestyle and the artists that exist in the freestyle realm, a lot of freestyle female singers are Puerto Rican, right? And I've always wondered, why is it that there's not like Dominican and Cuban more freestyle singers in of those nationalities or other nationalities? Why is it that more Puerto Rican women gravitated to freestyle music than any other Latin women? Like, what was it? Because you saw like the Lisa Lisas of the world? Were those your inspirations to want to get into it? What gravitated you to want to do freestyle music versus any other type of music?
I think it was, well, with the Puerto Rican girls, I think it was a lot of us were second and third generation, to the United States. We weren't, first generation, just came off the boat. We weren't like that.
Yeah.
So, we were listening to the Jackson 5. We were listening to all of that type of music while we were influenced by salsa. And then at our age, we were being influenced by the new hip hop.
Yeah, true indeed.
So that's
you put
how
that together. Yeah, you got freestyle. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I don't know how big the other communities were. Felix. I don't know how big they were, the Dominicans, because I don't remember ever being around a lot of Dominicans in Miami.
Oh man, full of Dominicans.
Yeah,
Yeah, but see,
Miami,
for
yeah,
me,
those
I
big,
didn't even
huge,
know the difference between a Dominican and a Puerto Rican and Belize, and I didn't even know the difference what a Cuban was. So I'm just thinking like it was
there's
all
a lot
just
of
one
us
big
down here in
community.
Miami. There's
But you got to remember,
back in the 80s, that's all you saw were Cubans in Miami.
Okay, right. What I'm saying is, when a guy when somebody comes speak with you with a little Latin accent, I thought everybody was Cuban.
Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Unless you say, bro, I'm not Cuban, and I'm not Puerto Rican, I'm Dominican. You'd have to let me know that
It's
you're
hard
from
to
that
tell
island.
if you're not Latino. Yeah, it's hard to tell who's who.
No doubt.
I can understand
But I
that.
will tell you this: if anybody goes back in their history, they're from all over Caribbean.
Of course.
Because my dad was born in Puerto Rico, but his mother was born in the Dominican Republic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
It's crosses all over. Yeah.
Right.
Crosses all over. Those islands went to each other.
My mother
Everything.
was born in Puerto Rico,
Yeah.
And then her mother was born in Brazil. So it's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes,
So if
we
you
got
go
it.
back in history, you have everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I think too, another thing too was it was depending on who you was hanging out with, where you were, to be exposed to the music and then kind of get discovered, kind of thing. Like Angel's saying, is she was more Americanized. They were more into the pop culture. And if she was showing how much she could sing or wherever, how they got discovered, you don't know if a Dominican community had those kind of access to the producers, writers, or being at those events or something like that. I just didn't know of them, but I know for sure in New York, it was probably a lot different.
Yeah.
Well, I started out as a rapper. So I was a rapper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now you were exposed to coming in a different way.
Yeah.
You said it's hard to see that?
No, that I believe that. I believe that because of your stage presence. You're very, you know what I'm saying? You're like, you're raw. You're like, boom, what? You know what I'm saying? Like,
well,
I can see you being a rapper. Yeah.
Hey, Sama, who's the guy with the shirt, with the open shirt on that picture right there, bro? Who's the guy with the open shirt on that picture right there?
Oh, that's Hadaway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm talking about on the picture with the cover girls right here that you got on the front on the screen.
Oh, this guy. Oh, that's a dude I know from back in the day. Yeah, he's pretty cool. Yeah,
bro, hey, look, bro, I'm not gay or anything, but that fucking guy's hot, bro. He is.
That guy's hot.
He's fucking hot, bro. I'm saying.
Do you guys remember taking that picture? Was
that some kind of festival?
I'm gonna tell you the truth. I remember almost everything because I didn't do drugs. So I remember like people crack up. I remember so many things.
Wow.
Yes, that was a festival.
Wow, that's great.
That's a great picture. I mean, you got William back there. William has been my dancer for many years. Glenn is in the back. Glenn is a top producer right there behind Angel, and Eric is right there. Wow, that's an excellent picture. Huh?
Say it again.
Glenn sent me that picture.
Oh, really? Wow, these guys got a lot of memories, and I got to tell you something. A lot of people don't give accolades to what we do, and I think that there's going to come a time where somebody's going to do a documentary, somebody's going to highlight it, and I think it's going to get picked up by the big boys. We have so many stories to tell about our lives.
Yeah, we do. Everybody has a different story too,
and it's all wonderful stories too. They're all great stories.
And so many of us came from nothing, Stevie. We came from nothing.
The cover girls right now, the traveling cover girls, is you, Margot, and
Michelle Valentine.
So
gotcha.
You guys are doing your thing on the road now. And I know you've got another sequence called Sal, which is Little Susie, Lisette Melendez, and the cover girls.
It's me.
Just you. Okay.
Just me, Dan, and Lizette. So it's Susie, Angel, Lizette, Sal.
Got you. Okay.
So we actually got together in 2004, and we toured for 10 years together, till 2014. So now we want to bring it back in 2024.
Nice.
So we're taking, we're not taking a lot. We're going to take a few really important dates for us and do them together.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. That you guys still have the drive to do it and the want to do it. That's fantastic. Because people don't really realize how tough it is to be out here on this road. And, you know, it take my body, I'm 65 now, it take my body at least 3 days, 4 days to recover from some of these trips, you know? Are you having that same issue?
Nope. Listen, I'm a beast. I'm gonna have to be real with you guys, okay?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you're like an Energizer bunny. You're like bing bam boom bam boom. I saw you on a cruise ship getaway thing there like a couple of months ago, and you were just like you were zinging, bing bing. I was like, man, this girl, she's a nonstop.
I had an incredible time. I got to meet a lot of the fans. I got to hang out with them.
Yeah.
And they were all so amazing. And like we have a lot of stories. They have a lot of stories.
Can you really tell the difference when you're kind of like on East Coast, West Coast, in the South? Do you really feel it?
East Coast has a little laid back, you know?
Yeah.
They're a little laid back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, y'all wore blue the other day too. I went to blue. I had a blue outfit on the thing.
This was a while back. This was at the YouTube theater.
Okay, I'm finna say.
Yeah.
I'm finna say. Yeah. Oh, this was the beginning of the year at the YouTube theater.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so who does the Angel? Who does the wardrobing? Who picks the outfits? You do.
I picked those outfits out. I picked the outfits out at the Greek theater that we had on.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Pink and black jackets.
Yes.
I picked all of that. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Because I was finna say, so when you guys pick an outfit, you got to pick it for 3 girls. And I'm like, you know, girls are very, very touchy and very, very picky. Do they kind of respect what you do? And or they'll say, we don't like that sometimes.
No. This is what I tell the girls. I'll pick a material and a color or 3 different colors that work together. And I'll tell them, you pick whatever outfit you want in that color and in that
material.
That's cool.
Whatever looks good on them.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That works.
Gotcha. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, is anything in the works for any kind of new stuff, or you want to go in the studio, or are you just kind of like taking the ride with the hits that you have?
No, you know what it is? Everyone thinks that I don't want to record. It's not that I don't want to record. I'm just waiting for a hit. And when I say a hit, I don't mean it has to go to the top of the charts. I mean, it's something that I'm feeling and I'm loving, and I know the fans are going to love.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get that. Now, I know you did some Spanish stuff at some point in your career, and it shot up to, you know, some big heights there. Have you ever thought about maybe entertaining some Latin songs, or you don't care which lane you go down right now?
No, let me tell you something. I love singing in Spanish.
Yeah.
It almost feels so natural to me.
Yeah.
And I'm not fluent in Spanish, which is crazy. But I sing like I'm fluent in Spanish.
Yeah, a lot of singers are like that. They can't, you know, speak a lick of Spanish. When it comes to singing it, they can memorize the words and get down with it. Yeah,
I have that struggle Spanish when I speak, you know?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But I love singing in Spanish. I love the songs I did. I did them with DJ Lucho.
Yeah, I know Lucho. Very cool dude. Yeah.
I love DJ Lucho. I did the songs with him. I did them for Jelly Bean's recording label, Ola.
Yep.
When he released my album, the label folded.
Love Jelly Bean. Yep.
So there was no money put behind the album, but 4 of the songs charted without any money put behind them. I did half English and half Spanish. So 2 Spanish songs charted and 2 English songs charted. And I remade Show Me, and it went to #1 as Angel, and it went to #1 as the CoverGirl.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing.
Thank you. And my Spanish stuff, it went to Toro Mata, went to #1. And Aguanile, I did a remake of Hector Lavoe, Aguanile, and it went to #3 on the charts.
Nice. Congratulations. That's beautiful.
Great. So you've gone through a lot, you know, through, you know, your career, right, Angel?
Yes.
You know, just kind of to kind of recap, right? Everything that you've gone through. when you originally had the group, and then you had the issues with management, and you left the group, or you got let go, whatever the case was. But then you decided to, rehash the group again. From all those experiences, what have you learned, or what have you like sat down with yourself and said, if I had to do it all over again, like what were some of the lessons that you learned from that experience of everything that happened?
The first lesson I learned was pride is sometimes the worst thing you could have. When you hold on to that pride and you don't, it was almost like I didn't want to say what I was feeling because I would feel like a punk. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't grow up like that. I don't want to look like a punk, But there was a lot of situations where I think if I would have said how I felt, it would have been a different outcome. You understand? Instead of just closing up and not saying anything, being upset, So,
Those are and I got to tell you, and when we're talking to each other, we like to see the parallel events, because a lot of us experienced a lot of the same things, and it's a new business to us. We don't know it, and a lot of times the people that are experienced know that we don't know, and they take advantage of things that are not supposed to happen to us. And because like Angel say, I ain't no punk. I came from, I'll fight you on them streets. But when you're talking about something as delicate as your career, you don't want to challenge people that you think is going to take away something that you've worked for. This is a blessing to be in. Everybody don't get opportunities. And then the people around you know that you're very sensitive about it, and they abuse the artist. A lot of people don't know at the label, I was signed to the Left Rack family from Left Rack City. And if you're from New York, yes.
I never do that.
Yes, the Left Rack, the Left Rack family is a very wealthy family, some of the richest people in the world. So the label is called LMR, Left Rack Moleless Records. So every time I used to go into the label up on 57th Street, they used to have to hide me because Sam Left Rack was a racist.
Right.
And they used to have to hide me in the back because they said, oh, Sam is here, Stevie, you need to go to the back. And now we're talking about 1987, 88. And I'm having to deal with that kind of, that mentality. Now, I've seen, all of us have had some experiences before, but this is the label that I'm signed to. Right. And the intimidation factors are great. You were signed to Fever. I know, we know some of the experiences there and other management people. Look, the fans don't have a clue to what we had to endure. Getting the rejections from MTVs, VH1s, radio stations that are looking at us in a weird way. Look, we are pioneers, and we opened the doors for all of this, the hip hop, all of the reggaeton, any of the Latin artists. Those Latin artists wasn't getting in nowhere because we had hit records and had to fight to get in on some of the, whatever they call the top programs. And the top programs were even resistance because at the time, our suntans was a little bit too brown. Yep. And then all of a sudden, at some point, we weren't brown enough because when hip hop came in, we weren't black enough. So we got caught right into the, and believe me, between both of those little things I just said, there were about 3 or 4 years before we had to make adjustments. And by the time we could make adjustments, it was kind of over for freestyle. It was. But done.
I never, that was one thing I did fight. They used to tell me, don't say you're Puerto Rican. Don't say your history. Don't say, you're 30% African. Don't say any of that. That's what they told me. They don't want me saying any of that,
That's right. That's right. So I know we all have parallel experiences, you see. People don't know that. People don't know that you had to go through that. They don't know you had to go through that.
I was the troublemaker because I didn't listen. I said it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's right.
You're right. No, I'm not. Yeah, but that was since I was a little girl. I had a scholarship to one of the most prestigious acting schools, and they were putting on an off-Broadway play. I had the lead until the teacher found out that I was not white,
Oh, see?
and I was
Yeah.
taken out of the.
It's
I
funny
was
because we all have those damn stories.
that damn experience. And I know, Felix, that you went through it with radio also.
Yeah,
I know you
yeah.
had to deal with the
At radio stations, I went through it, and I went through it at nightclubs. One time, I left. I I was called the N-word at a nightclub by the owner of the club, and I left the record playing. I grabbed my crate and I left. The dance floor was packed with 200 people, and I fucking walked out. I was like, nah, I ain't having this money, and I walked out because we cannot stand for that kind of attitude. Because we wouldn't be where we are today if we did stand for that attitude.
It's crazy you're saying that, Felix. It's crazy because that was one time me and the girls, we stood together. We were in an elevator in Atlanta. We were on one of the tours. I don't remember which one. I think it was the New Kids on the Block. No, I'm sorry. It was a promotional tour for Capitol Records. And we were in Atlanta, and we were in the elevator, and I'm telling the girls a joke, and we're laughing. And I laughed really loud. And there was a white man in the elevator, and he said, "Oh my God, I can't stand these." Let me tell you something. That was one day that man regretted because we started just wailing on him. We were just hitting him. By the time the elevator got to the first floor, they were calling cops. Capitol Records had to pay so we didn't get arrested.
Yeah. Hey, but you look, these are the kind of things that a lot of the artists today don't know that a lot of us had to go through. And look, what's sad about it, and we're going to move over, we're talking about music, but I watch the political atmosphere, the political energy that's in the world today, and I think most of us know about the Florida and how they act down in Florida. It's just so many goddamn rednecks. I didn't know, and I'm from Florida. I didn't know it was that red down there for people to be acting like that. Because outside of Miami, let me tell you something. You right into Mississippi. You right into the Mississippi mentality.
I live in North Carolina right now.
Woo! Woo!
I was just up in South Carolina. I had a good time.
You got a lot of courage. Y'all got a lot of courage.
Yeah.
But y'all taking over the landscape. See, Latinas and Latinos are taking over Carolina. That first and foremost, Carolina, all of Carolina, South and North, is very beautiful. Look, it's very beautiful in North Carolina. My kids would just ask me, "Dad, what do you think of North Carolina?" I said, "Let me tell you, North Carolina is gorgeous." I said, "Now, if you can get past the rednecks, I say it's a wonderful place to live. They got great weather. It's cold. It's hot. You can get over to the beaches. I think over there you got water over there. That's how I say it's a wonderful,
beautiful, incredible."
Yeah. So for me, I never spent much time in Carolina, but I definitely know about it. But I was talking about just the racial climate of white people. White people continue to act this way, and it seems like we're always apologizing for other people's discrimination, racism. We're always doing it, and it sounds like we're always trying to say, "Hey, look, we're okay, bro. We can be fine. What can we do to make you feel better about us?" You see,
right?
And you see what I'm saying? What can we do to make you feel a little bit more comfortable? Because evidently you're not comfortable with the world.
Yeah.
And we are comfortable. We can live in the world. We can live.
That we could buy the house right next door to them.
That's right.
I think that's what they're comfortable about.
Well, I live in Vegas. And let me tell you something. I had neighbors at one point. I lived on that one house for 5 years. I have the white guy next to me. I can pass that guy every day. And he would not even wave. He would not say hello. And the guy lived next to me. We don't know each other's names. And I'm mentioning this because I'm 65 years old, and I've been dealing with this for literally 65 years.
Exactly.
And I said to myself, you know what? These fucking people, they don't want to be liked, and they don't want to like us. They don't want it. There is just some that They're not going to mix with us. They're not going to be around us. And they're just internally disgusting. They're just internally, they got an issue. They got a problem.
Yeah.
And you know, they give the good Caucasians a bad rep.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of good ones. I have a lot of people that I'm friends with here. And they're very welcoming. And I believe them. I don't believe that it's an act. I believe that that's who they are. But then again, you got people who don't want to let go of that racism.
That's right.
They don't want to let go of the color of your skin.
Yeah. Because they always say, "Oh, but we've come along. We came a long ways." No, we came a long ways. We came a long ways. We've been dealing with you. We've been dealing with you for 400 years. We've been dealing with y'all, and we're the one came a long ways. And the way the political environment out there right now shows me they haven't gone nowhere. They're the same racism, same closed-minded, closed spirit. They don't know a lot of their happiness comes straight from us.
Absolutely.
A lot of their happiness comes from us.
Right.
We're the one that keep color and flavor and culture. We bring it, and we bring it, believe me, multi. We bring it from Dominican Republic, we bring it from Belize, we bring it from Puerto Rico, we bring it from the Caribbean, we coming from Africa, we coming from every damn way on your ass. And believe me, whether you like it or not, the beat don't stop.
That's right. And it's coming from a place of soul. Yep.
Well, we ain't stopping. We know that.
Yep.
You know, but that just made us stronger as far as I'm concerned.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Every day, look, one thing about the cultures of what we do is there's something inside of us that don't allow us to quit. There's something in us. We don't, because, you know, having to try to satisfy somebody all the time is like, oh, we're doing that to satisfy the man. At some point, you know what? We ain't trying to satisfy the man. This is literally who we are and what we do. That is literally us. We're not pretending.
I'm not pretending. That takes too much energy. It takes too much energy.
Yep.
So
be
much. Every
day, and you'll live a happier life.
I'd rather be myself. I'd rather be an original and be myself.
That's right. You're the OG. You're the OG.
Well,
that's beautiful.
Let's go ahead and rock that Brazilian moment.
Oi, galera. Tá quase chegando. Tá quase chegando o Baile dos Sonhos. Olha só. A gente cancelou a data de dia 30 em setembro lá no Rio. Ok? Eu quero uma coisa maior. Eu tô quase fechando o negócio com outro lugar lá no Rio Centro. Eu não pode falar Rio Centro. Mas eu tô falando. A gente tá fechando outro negócio, uma coisa maior, melhor. E eu tentando fechar outras datas, me aguarde. Because uma show fantástico na Edge, Stevie B, Samuel, Freestyle, Treneri, Hegel, vários artistas. Vai ser o maior freestyle evento na planeta. Me aguarde. Tô chegando, tá bom? Valeu, te amo.
So if I use like just like the slangy part of the Portuguese, can I get away just talking Spanish and they'll understand me?
No.
So if I go, oye, pero como tú estás, mi gente, en el frente, que tan caliente, sabrosura.
Yeah, you could. You could. Like that, you could.
You think that'll work? So Angel, can you do a little Spanish with me right now so we can say hello to the Latinos out there?
I ain't trying to embarrass myself.
You gotta be courageous, girl. You gotta be courageous.
I'll do a little project New York for you, but nah.
Boricua, morena, boricua, morena. Bueno, mi gente, ya tú sabes que estamos aquí gozando with my girl Angel, the Cover Girls. Siempre es un honor para estar con una belleza como esta, pero prepárate que el Freestyle Explosion sigue con Stevie B. Stevie B, where's the next date for the Freestyle Explosion?
July 28th, San Jose. We are looking forward to seeing you.
Take it all back to how it used to